Farmer. Salah. Oh, wow. Huge shot. It's given straight away. Yet again fails.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Dugout Podcast. I am your co-host Andrew. I'm joined by my fellow co-host Marissa.
Hello.
What a sight for sore eyes. Welcome back.
I don't know what you're saying. Welcome back. I went somewhere.
No, because last time we were supposed to record, you were a bit under the weather. How are you feeling right now?
I alright. It's still a little iffy, but I alright.
It's made it real difficult for people like myself to be nice to you because before you could get rid going, she right at the top.
But you said welcome back. Like if I went somewhere, if you said so on your next show, then I can understand. But I
You want people to know you're going somewhere?
no. But anyways, that slipped out. Anyways,
But thank you for
Let me
giving me
start over.
permission to touch upon it. You know what I'm saying?
oh gosh, yeah.
Yes. So, tonight's agenda was prepared by Marissa herself.
I don't understand this.
What?
Every time I do an agenda, you must always say it's me.
Yeah.
I don't say tonight's agenda was by Andrew. It's like you want to distance yourself if the show sucks.
No. That's not where I'm coming from at all.
Okay.
I don't think our show ever sucks.
No. True.
You know, we always find something to be passionate and rant about in a sense.
True.
But you know, like you said, you were finding difficulty in finding topics for this week's episode. Obviously, because
I done talked to you
we
before you
hadn't-
come out here.
we hadn't
Because it was
recorded in a couple weeks, and the football was on international break.
Yeah,
I think that I would have been passionate about, you know, kind of subside a little bit.
true.
But yeah, so you want to start with the Ashes.
Yeah.
The men's Ashes, Australia versus England, the old rivalry is going to resume this Thursday. Where's the first test?
Perth.
Perth, okay. Not the capital?
Fast, bouncy Perth. Nah.
But anyhow, fast, bouncy Perth. So what was your take, Marissa? I know you're a keen cricket observer.
Yeah, I love watching Ashes actually. I think, I don't know, like, just watching or listening to the build-up, like, it's always be fun to see who talks the most and then who gets humbled the most. It's be fun. And it's be good cricket, to be honest. Very entertaining and stuff. I know England's whole cycle of baseball has been gearing up to winning the Ashes down under. And to be honest, the first test looking a bit bleak for Australia because they've lost 600 test wickets worth of fast bowlers right now. Because
Yes.
Cummins was a blow.
Yes.
But I felt like last few weeks it was kind of edging that he would at least miss the first test. But then the latest news is that Hazelwood is also out, which is a big blow. To lose Cummins is a huge blow, but to lose both of them, that's a big, big blow. So now, I mean, you have Scott Boland, who there's been talk about him in the English media saying that, you know, England don't have to be afraid of him or whatever, but well, his record in England isn't great. His record in Australia is fantastic. So I wouldn't underestimate him. Of course, Stark. But, you know, I think England will be licking their lips at attacking a very, I don't want to call them inexperienced, but I would say experienced less, if you understand what I mean. Australian attack.
They're
Fast bowling attack.
not as formidable on paper.
Yes, formidable. That's the word.
So, but like reading the pre-game build-up, like you said, the pre-series build-up, really, I've also gotten the sense that England are extremely, without being cocky, but actually it hurt for England not to be cocky, but without labeling them cocky, it seems as if they're very quietly confident about their chances in this series. It seems as if they're very encouraged with the brand of cricket that they've been playing recently, and the talent within their squad. Jofra Archer being back is a big plus for them, you know, what we do. And this is Jofra though. I just think England more so than Jofra, because England's irritated me, at least in a cricket thing sense. But Jofra being back is a big plus for them, and they seem to have found some talented batsmen in the middle order emerging, like Jacob Bethel, is Ben Duckett, that's his name.
He's the opener. Jamie Smith, the keeper.
Jimmy Smith, correct. So they seem to be finding some players who can know where it will be last year or two. that they have high hopes for. But where I think Australia could find some comfort is obviously it's one game. So even if England win the first game, that doesn't, necessarily, because we've seen the Ashes series swing through momentum, for example, correctly. And I think where Australia could find a bit of solace against England is that Australia are home. Australia are very, very strong at home normally. I think the support will play a big part. And I think that the Australian conditions as well, because at the same time England want to play some aggressive brand of cricket, but I think Australia conditions generally favour fast, quick bowling. And if England batsmen are not careful, because as much as you want to be aggressive, you still want to be careful with your selection and stuff like that. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, because my thing with England has been this brand of cricket needs a lot of flat pitches. Because if you think about it, they don't really bowl people out of games. They try to bat them out of games, like scoring 400 and 500 runs quickly. They try to bat, so you don't do that on quick, bouncy, swingy. You don't do that on those surfaces. So you say Australia conditions of late, and we saw that when we were seeing this tour there a couple years ago. They really favor the bowlers. So I think it's really going to be a test of their attacking intent with the bat for sure. But I also think that, like you said, they do have some good players. Harry Brook being one, we forgot to mention
That
him.
was the name I was looking for.
Yeah.
Harry Brook.
But the thing is with England is they haven't been consistent. So like 1 minute they will blow oppositions away, and then the next minute their cricket kind of looks reckless, and then they get blown away. So I think, to me, this series is a real test, like you said, of this cricket that they're playing. A real test. To see if it can actually stand the test of time, so to speak.
So the missing the quick bowlers is a miss in the first test, right? And I think it all depends on the nature. If Australia are to lose that first test, it depends on the nature of the defeat. Because you don't want to get hammered too badly for England to gain extreme confidence. Still want it to be a tight game. I think my worry for Australia though, when it comes to Australia, is more so their batting lineup, because they find that in the last year or two, some of the older heads have kind of retired from the lineup. I have found that if Steve Smith or Labuschagne, for example, don't come to the party with some runs, occasionally March might chip in. But I find that sometimes the Australia might tend casual too, so occasionally. But before, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you could count the top 5 batsmen for Australia would get runs.
Yeah.
I find that they've become a little bit more unreliable and a little bit more heavily reliant on Steve Smith. So in England's case, I think why having Jofra such a plus point for England, and they've also had some quick bowlers emerge as well recently, is that they'll be telling themselves, if we can set traps for batsmen like Smith and Labuschagne, if we get them early, we in. Because, the other batsmen ain't as, consistent or formidable either.
And fair enough too, but I think too, England banking on the pace of Archer also would. But Archer would have serious fitness concerns as well. Neither of them are going to play all 5 tests. They'll probably need to be managed. I could see probably one playing the first 2, then sitting out the 3rd, then coming back for the 4th. So they're going to have to be managed as well. And that's going to be a test for them as well.
I think that they will base it on conditions to a slight degree, or at least that would be the rhetoric that they spew. So I'm not disagreeing with you, but in terms of Jofra, okay, yeah, I think if Jofra picks up a niggle, yeah, it might be more force than willingness to do it, because I think that I know that England are desperate to win the Ashes in Australia.
Definitely.
I think the last one which one? They won one a few years ago. A good while ago now, but
Didn't they?
Did. It was it was when Australia had Peter Siddle and that boy on top.
I don't think England win the Ashes in Australia recently.
They did, man. Let me see if I can find Oscar scores. They did.
Because I heard a stat today that said they've won 4 of 30 something tests in Australia.
It wasn't that recent, but I'm sure they won one in our lifetime.
You could find it, let me know. Because the last Ashes I remember England outright winning was the 05 Ashes. That was at home.
Right.
2010-11 in my head for some reason. Maybe you could check that one. But I think England have notoriously struggled in Australia even to win a match.
True.
So you could Google last time England won the Ashes in Australia. I don't think it's ever happened.
I will.
But that's another thing too I was thinking. Australia are more competitive in England than England are competitive in Australia as well. So it's gonna be an interesting series. I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to England and Australia battles, to be honest. Especially with the words. Because none of them could shut up. See anything?
No, not yet.
Would you like me to go?
Yes, you're right.
you?
It was 2011.
That.
Yeah.
So
that
they
England
won the
Ashes 3-1.
in Australia in 2010, 2011.
Yeah, they
that
lost
was in my head, but...
Right, because I know, because remember that, like you said, the 05 series when they was the first time they won in a long time. And then remember they got trounced 5-0 in the return. It was 6-07. And then I think there would have been a visit. Yeah.
2010-11 was in my head. So that's
I remember
like,
that was
15 years ago.
Correct. That was when Andrew Strauss and Jonathan Trott and those guys were still playing.
Yeah. Okay.
Australia were kind of late. Attack-wise, but Attack-wise was kind of like on a little bit of a downward spiral. Not to criticize you, but Peter Siddle. Who else was in that attack?
I can't remember.
Maybe Mr. Johnson, I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was an Ashes when he had a terrible Ashes. Maybe it was that. But I don't know. I think I won't be too quick to write off Australia, especially in their home conditions, home support, everything.
And Australian pride.
Australian pride. I think, yeah. Plus people criticizing them for being too old. They've got a lot of criticism.
Yeah, because I look at their squad ages and most players are above 30.
Right. But my thing is, I heard it on a podcast today. All of a sudden, age is being equated with something negative other than experience. And having experience is a good thing. Yeah. And like the rocking chairs and our poor cricketers, they're still a very good side. I don't know. I feel a lot depends on the combination of England's side. I wonder if there will be... Because Perth is very quick. I wonder if they'll be sucked into going with an all-pace attack. I think that would be a mistake. It'll be overkill. I think you still always need a spinner for Australia. But I still back Australia.
Do England have a world-class spinner?
What spinner them carry? I think they carry Bashir. So no.
Right.
Because he knew.
Do Australia... Lions still play for Australia?
Yeah,
Right, okay.
So... I don't know. I think I still about Australia to surprise to certain corners of the media.
Let me ask you a question. If you had to tip a favorite, who's your favorite? Not asking who you think will win, but who's your favorite?
I think Australia are favorites because they're home.
Okay.
I think the media wants us to believe that England are favorites, but there's nothing in recent history that tells me why England should be favorites. Okay. I can't think of the last series I've seen England completely dominate. India without Rohit, without Kohli under a new Test captain, drew that Test series 2-2.
Right.
A very inexperienced side in English conditions. So I don't buy into this narrative that because England playing this aggressive style of cricket and they got this whole set of quick fast bowlers that they can go and trounce Australia. I think Australia are very much still favorites at home. I think that point you made about Australia's top 5 is very true, but in the Sheffield Shield, which is their domestic competition, Steve Smith has been making runs again, Labuschagne has been making runs again. So I still tip in Australia slightly. I think they're very evenly matched, to be honest, but I think Australia are favorites because they're at home.
Okay, I wouldn't disagree with that. The reason I tip Australia to be favourites is like that. It's more to do with Australian pride and the mentality of the side. Because the one thing that I don't think a lot of pundits do when it comes to England enough, unless it's a disaster or controversy, something severely has happened for Nasser Hussain, for example, to bring this up. But I always get the sense that in most instances, England's mental toughness can be questioned and almost tested, right? True. Especially when teams don't give up. Because England, like you said, England are very good when they're on top, but they're very poor at the same time when they're on the back foot. And that's really character. And the need to respond really comes out. And England don't always show that enough for me.
I would say, too, the reason why I would kind of make England more even with Australia than in previous stories is because I think Stokes is a good captain. He really thinks outside the box. But I think a lot is going to rely on Stokes. Stokes, the captain, and Stokes, the player. Because in recent series, he has actually been their best bowler. And we know he struggled with fitness. So if he can stay fit for 5 test matches, that would be big for England. But I think his fitness is going to be key to whatever chances England have. Because they have to win it outright. It can't be 2-2. It got to be 2-1 or 3-2. Yeah. And I just can't see Australia dropping 2-3 test matches at home. I just can't see it. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, that's it. I don't think there are any other key cricket talking points. I know West Indies are in New Zealand. Right. Haven't been doing bad, I don't think, in my opinion. I
haven't watched much of it, if any, but I did see the scoreline from the first ODI. I think the second one's playing today, this morning.
I don't know. No, they may play today for sure. Okay. Or
sure.
If they're playing tonight.
I saw cricket this morning on TV. I was watching it. But I didn't check to see if it was live or not. But they were like 52 for 4.
No, they didn't play today.
So that was like a replay? Okay.
Yeah, they didn't play today. I wouldn't know.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, but I find that they've been competitive. The games have, the T20s and the ODIs have been close, which is kind of more than I expected, to be honest. Seeing some new players stepping up and doing well, so that's good. But, West Indies will always West Indies.
And I'll leave it there.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it for our cricket segment.
Which was nice, because this is the first time that we've spoken about cricket in quite a while.
True, we've neglected the cricket side. But with the Ashes, we've
exactly.
got a lot to talk about.
It takes the Ashes to bring
it's true, man.
cricket back to the fore.
But cricket, the thing is about cricket, you don't just want to talk about West Indies all the time because that would depress you. At least it's depressed me. I want to talk about good, high-quality cricket.
I would never forget when my aunt asked me the time what we were talking about, and I said West Indies. And she said, Andrew, 5 cents to talk about.
Oh gosh, even the oldies tell you to move on. Oh, correct. It's crazy. All right, so I think since football is next, it would be fitting to take a quick break here for our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Whole Health Pharmacy, located in Jordan's Complex, Speightstown, St. Peter, carries a variety of products to take care of you and your health. Essential oils, muscle rubs, and the run-of-the-mill medications. And definitely don't forget your vitamins. Vinci Sea Salt, air humidifiers, tumblers, and women's havens pads too. We got it all for you. Don't forget your Barbados and natural Vinci snacks. So for sure you're gonna keep coming back. Ever hear about structured water? Well, tell your son, tell your daughter. Whole Health Pharmacy. More than a pharmacy, we take care of you and your health. And we're back. So, football has been interesting of late, I would say.
Depends on which team you support, but go ahead.
I don't know, boy. Every team is so inconsistent. It's crazy. But I would say it's interesting. When you look at the Premier League table right now, the Premier League table definitely makes for interesting reading. You could pull it up there quick. I ain't going here. But the last time I checked, I think Sunderland in top 4, right?
Yes, they are.
Third?
I'm pulling up it. Right, so let me call for you. Let me go with top 8.
Yeah, go with top 8.
So Liverpool 8. Man U 7.
I ain't taking my top with top 8. He can start from 1. Man start from 8.
I start from bottom, come up.
All right, you go ahead.
Liverpool
you go
8.
ahead.
That don't make more sense.
You go ahead.
Okay,
you go ahead, sir. You go ahead, sir.
You see, can I please people?
You
Anyway,
go ahead, sir. You go ahead.
Liverpool 8, United 7, Aston Villa 6, Spurs 5, Sunderland 4th, Chelsea 3rd, City 2nd, and Arsenal in the lead.
Where Bournemouth is?
Bournemouth in 9th.
Oh, okay. I swear Bournemouth
But
is
basically, sorry, Bournemouth is in 9th, and Bournemouth got you called past 10th because it was very tight. But anyhow,
very.
From 5 to 9, or 18 points, only separated by goal difference. And then you have Sunderland on 19, Chelsea on 20, City on 22, and Arsenal on 26. So Arsenal got a little lead above City, but it's nothing too substantial right now.
Right. So that table is very interesting to me because we are 11 games in.
Yes, please.
11 games in. So just about over a quarter of the games have been played by my math. It's 38 games, right?
Yes,
438. Yeah, just over a quarter. And honestly, if you had told me that after a quarter of the games that Sunderland would be in top 4, Liverpool would be 8th, Man United would be 7th, I'd be like, what's our alternate reality am I living in? But to be honest, and we're, just for argument's sake, where's Newcastle? They're in 12th or something?
Newcastle are in 14th on 12 points.
Oh, 14th. But like you said, the points are very tight. So for me, I don't want to put too much emphasis on positions because as we can see, like I think who did we play last? We played Wolves last, right? So before we played Wolves, we were in 9th. Now we're in 3rd.
Right.
So the point swing, it swings week to week. So the position isn't really my concern right now. It's just looking at the points. And it's crazy to me how tight everything is. Really, really tight. But there are a few teams in there that I want to talk about. I know we were supposed to talk about the title. We didn't talk about that. But Sunderland's position, 3rd. Fourth. Fourth, right? Fourth.
Yeah, 4th, yes.
Spurs' position, 5th.
Yes, please.
Man United's position, 7th. We're talking about you tonight. I think you're all Liverpool talked out. But those 3 teams, if you had to say right now, do you think that those positions are reflective of how these teams have played this season? They say table doesn't lie. But genuinely, do you think that Sunderland in 4th, Sunderland in 4th, right? Sunderland in 4th, Spurs 5th, Man United 7th. Do you think that those are false positions, or do you think those are accurate positions?
I think it's too early to tell. And the reason I say too early to tell is because the table now starting to get a sense of taking shape and having some familiarity about it. United, is that a false position? We're 7th. Time will tell.
They're only above you on goal difference, right?
Yes. Actually, we both have the same goal difference. I guess it might be above me on head-to-head because they did win at Anfield.
Yes.
Because we both have the same goal difference. Time will tell.
But when you look at United, do you really feel they've turned a corner?
Offensively, yes, to a certain degree. I think they made, and I think I said that in summer, they made some shrewd offensive signings with Mbomo and Cunha, especially, who will all 3 goals. And the reality of Premier League is that, to me, Premier League is as strong as people think it is in terms of if you got 1 or 2 good attacking players, you could beat teams.
It's true. Brentford are showing that.
Correct.
Brentford are showing that.
I think I had predicted that they come 6th.
I can't
So
remember.
technically, I can't recall a false position necessarily. I think I had predicted them to come 6th if I try to reflect on my predictions I started the season. But again, I still expect United to be up and down. So they had a good little run with 3 straight games, and then they draw against Spurs. That Spurs get angry because I saw Brennan Johnson really doing defensively for the corner. But nevertheless, and even in that game, it was like, I wouldn't say United deserved to win that game either.
Neither of them did. That was a very poor quality game, in my opinion.
Yeah, but to me, Spurs were they were trailing, but Spurs was the team that to me was pushing the agenda.
Maybe in second half.
In second half, I tried to force the issue more so. United just seemed to be they didn't look they were being severely troubled by anything that Spurs were doing up until the goals late in the game. But it looked like they were just basically repelling the attacks, but not able to do anything or construct anything on the ball themselves.
Right.
So I was still position about United over the course of the season is still the same in the sense that they will got some nice, results 2-3 minutes. They might pick up a base couple or two throughout the season. But I don't expect United to go on, let me say, 8, 9, 10 game when they run or anything like that to really propel them into the top 4 and make them a permanent fixture. I think United will be just on the fringes, and then it'll be a case of can they, put that run together towards the end to get in there. But I don't expect them to be top 4 actually at the end of the season.
What about Spurs though? Because I had a segment because for my illness a couple of weeks ago, we were going to come and we were going to talk about the game that 3-point lane, Chelsea win against Spurs. And my thing about Spurs is, to me, when I look at Spurs this season, Spurs doesn't feel like a 5th place team.
What do they feel like?
Like 8th to 10th.
Okay.
Because there are so, there are 2 results? Yeah, no, 1 result. It was the Wolves draw, which they were lucky to get. When you look at that, when you look at how they play, specifically at home, probably their most impressive win was the Everton away win, which I didn't expect. Thought they were pretty good that game. But Leeds away, I thought that Leeds did well in that game. But Spurs just feel so inconsistent. It feels like I don't feel like Spurs ever really play well. You understand what I mean? Like watching them, it feels like they have patches. And it definitely feels like Frank is still trying to figure out like his best 11. I know they have a lot of injuries, so I have to give them that. But Spurs just feel so, even their results in Champions League, like a lucky draw against, it was Bodo Glint or somebody like that. It just feels like Spurs are, I don't know. I just don't feel like Spurs have been that good this season. So I look at them in 5th and I'm like, So what do you think?
My thoughts on Spurs, and honestly, I watched them against Chelsea, and they weren't very good.
Awful, actually.
I watched them, and I watched the game against Man United. My thoughts on Spurs is that I'm just going to be right and say I'm not sure if you would agree or disagree. And yes, like you said, the one thing that I would give them is that they are missing 2 or 3 players that would normally be fixtures in, say, like Solanke or Kulusevski and Madison, for example, that add a bit more creativity and attacking spurt and thrust to the side offensively. But the one thing that I think Spurs are missing would be, from what I've seen, genuine quality on the ball. I personally think that's what it is. I saw a couple of games. The last 2 games I saw, which was the Chelsea defeat and the United draw. It was hard at times to there were many patches. There were long periods of the game until maybe the Emirates of the United game, where I couldn't really see the pattern that Spurs were trying to play towards. So I put it down as, because for a long time we've said that Thomas Frank is a decent coach. So I wouldn't necessarily put it at his doorstep. But what I would say is almost suggests to me that Spurs lack within their squad genuine quality to sometimes break their own teams or create or fashion chances. And the problem is that defensively they're capable of conceding. They're not tight at the back either. So that's
a good show actually, because it's like, you watch certain teams play and you're like they're unlucky not to score. They play well, build up is good. You don't really get that sense with Spurs. And I wonder why, because Sarr is a good player in that midfield. I know Paulina is a good player, but he's not exactly the best with the ball in terms of passing and stuff.
I wouldn't say Sarr is either, because to me Sarr is more of a combative defensive type of as well.
So then when you start the 2 of them together, you have a problem then.
Yeah, but you
But you need them.
You might need them. Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
The boy Brennan Johnson, up and down.
Yeah.
Inconsistent. Zabi Simmons still trying to find his feet in the league.
Yeah.
Richarlison up front.
Yeah. Less said the better. He really need to start taking off that shirt though.
I told Christopher that, right? Or somebody said everything.
Oh my
Richarlison take off his
gosh.
shirt, right? he team that he played was lost.
But what was funny, right, is when Delete had it and he balled the camera pan straight to her chest.
Exactly. It's like it has become like a thing.
Boy, start taking off his shirt.
Like exactly. You celebrating a bit too early.
Yeah.
Who else?
So they got Tell, Matthias Tell.
But he's not a regular starter. Normally, he's more like an impact sub at the minute.
Yeah, you got Kolo Muani.
Who didn't
somebody
even
could
realize
us,
that
but
he
he
was at
injured
them.
right now.
But Akolomani is not a bad player. But again, it's like I don't see, like you said, the pattern of first play. I don't see them necessarily creating a lot of chances for even the decent offensive players that I do have.
Yeah, it's true.
And I wouldn't necessarily blame at the finishing part. I more really blame at the build up part. You know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then even from the football positions, the Udogis and the Jess Spence and the Pedro Porros. These okay players, but to me, they're consistent in terms of the creativity, the delivery either.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And because David Simmons might be who's expected to carry the creative burden, but because he's still adjusting to the league, that might create a problem. I think Madison's a big miss.
For sure.
I think Solanke's a big miss as well. And Kulusevski. Right, so they got some issues.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, Spurs don't really get beat by, you know.
Yeah.
They normally lose by
But to be honest, but even then they still get battered. Like the 1-0s against Chelsea and Bournemouth were batterings. Probably should have lost 3-4.
But I heard the Bournemouth game, yes, was.
Yeah.
Chelsea, yeah, you guys were.
We missed a lot of chances.
were dominant, yes, but the point is scoring, they didn't get beat back.
The point is they missed a lot of chances as standard Chelsea. But one team that I don't think are in a false position are Sunderland. I thought Sunderland is an interesting case because they kind of did a Nottingham Forest in summer.
Yes.
Not in terms of the volume, but you looked at a lot of their signings and were like, there's a good signing, there's a good signing, there's a good signing. And that has really translated on the pitch.
When you said their signings, who are the signings you're referring to?
I thought Xhaka was a good signing.
Right, they're saying Xhaka.
Enzo Lefebvre, he's a good player.
Same from
Same.
Same from her.
He come from some overseas league, I think.
But you knew him before you
Yeah, I've heard of him before, yeah. The forward, because I think we loaned them Mark Guiu, then we called back Guiu, and they signed that forward. I can't remember his name right now.
Let me just double check who
No problem.
signings are.
And the winger, are you thinking about Everton? There was this winger that signed for them, and his name ain't coming to me.
Right, so they signed Habib Diarra.
That's
Adingra.
Yes, Adingra.
Right. I've seen. Right, he's a good player. Lefebvre, Brian Brobby.
Brobby.
Yeah.
That's the guy. That's the centre back.
I know.
That one that scored against Arsenal, or no? I don't think. Can't remember. I think so. You know.
I didn't get a watch second half against Arsenal.
Neither me. Maybe I shouldn't watch second half more often.
But he's a striker actually.
Oh, Bobby's a striker. Oh, the dark fella. Oh, he's the fella that equalized. Right. But the guy, the centre back, no, he was there before then. But
I'm right. And the same Xhaka.
Xhaka was a good signing in my opinion. I thought he was a good signing for Sunderland. No, that's so disrespectful.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
Like what I would say about Xhaka, when they signed Xhaka, I thought it was a good signing in the sense of good Premier League experience.
Yes.
But still young enough to make an impact.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. So then, it was like, okay, let's see how this translates on the pitch. And I think they've done well. I thought, we all know they won at the Bridge. Less said about that, the better. At least from a Chelsea perspective. And I thought that they played well against Arsenal as well. I watched the first half. I thought that they were decent. They were combative. I thought the game that disappointed me the most was the Man United game. I expected them to do way better in that game. But to me, 19 points, 11 games, they've played well. They've genuinely played well. Because I've watched a few of their games this season. And they look good. They do look good. I think that they're going to stay up.
Okay, well, yeah, I expected them to. I didn't have them in my.
So this will be the first for a while. I don't think we either of us did.
Yeah.
So this will be the first in a while that.
About 2 or 3 seasons that.
Which is great to see.
Stayed up rather.
Which is great to see. So it shows that it's not just about spending money. It's just about spending money in the right areas, and on the right type of quality.
But what I would say about Sunderland is that I wasn't going to argue that as a false position. I mean, it might be a false position in the sense that I would expect them to
we don't expect them to
stay
finish
in top
fourth.
four.
Yeah.
Do I expect them to maybe hang off a Europa League or Conference League position? I'm not so
I
sure.
ain't going that far.
I'm not so sure either. I think they would drop off European
think so,
places
yeah.
eventually.
Because
But-
I expect Newcastle eventually to find the feet. I expect Warner to, pick up at
But
some point.
I-
Palace as well.
But I didn't think that Sunderland at this point in time, I said to me, the table's still too early to really judge. But I didn't expect Sunderland to I wouldn't consider Sunderland's position to be a false position at this stage in the sense that I felt like when I look at the teams that Sunderland would have faced, they ain't drawable. They ain't like to play all bottom 12 teams
It's
that you
true.
would expect would be fighting relegation.
True.
There's some big boys and they did
Yeah.
well. So
And that's my thing. It's not like they're not there's anything wrong with grinding out results, but they're not like scoring and sitting back and holding off for 1-0. They're actually playing good football. They're going toe to toe with the big boys. Like, I was very impressed with them against Arsenal. I thought that Arsenal really struggled in that game. I thought Sunderland did well, in my opinion. So I think like it's just how they've gone about it that's impressed me the most.
Right.
In terms of how they're playing the football, how they're going toe to toe, because that Chelsea game was an interesting game. And I can't say that Chelsea really deserved anything more than a draw from that game, because Sunderland, after they conceded very early, they were very, very defensively solid. And that's another thing that has impressed me too. And they keep their concentration levels. They don't really concede too late. I mean, Chaucer's goal was kind of late. I expected that to be the winner. But yeah, I think they're a good little side, man. I think I could see them finishing 8th,
okay,
8th, 9th.
we'll see.
Yeah, we will.
Thought Chaucer goal would be winner.
I did.
If we had any show, right, you would have seen that I would have predicted that as a draw again. Because God is good, right? All the time. And the reason I say that, no, seriously.
I say God is good all the time. He is, but it's just the contest.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because I just felt like, because like, when you raised the segment the first time, I thought you was going to talk about Liverpool too, right? But you said no, but it's fine.
I'm tired of them.
But what I would say though, is that how Arsenal beat Sunderland, right? I would have conceded for sure. I think I still don't think anyway. But I had conceded. I would have conceded for sure.
I agree with that.
But
I think if
Yeah.
they had won, that was it for you guys.
Yeah. But if I that Arsenal dropped points, right? It was like, God is good. God then, give me a little something to hold on to. Anyway, but I don't think Sunderland have drawn a bye.
Yeah.
You know, they deserve to be where they are. I think this to suggest that this is a severely skewed position, or whatever the case would be not giving Jack his jacket.
It's true.
And not paying respect to his team.
It's true. It's different from how I feel about Spurs and Man United, who have been very up and down. I think Sunderland have been very consistent and very good this season. But speaking of Arsenal, this is exactly why I said what I said on our last show.
What did you say on our last show?
In terms of not
Recall
getting
to me.
carried away,
Oh,
like
okay.
their fans, like this league
You
is.
saw Tiger put out. You was reporting.
I didn't see the video.
I sent you the video. I sent you a clip with Tiger put out the
On
the
Instagram?
stadium.
Oh,
Yes.
I ain't check it.
You first boy thinking what they said out of you.
Yeah, but I don't even want to discuss that because that's a bit weird. Because he really, I think I heard about the incident.
Right.
And all you man say is
It
stuff.
was just fun. It was just funny. But he was telling the guy top of the league. I guess obviously the guy he was rolled up because they dropped points. But it's just funny because it's tight. So go ahead.
But what was I saying? Right. In terms of their fans getting over that, so I remember saying one thing I am seeing in this Premier League season, and I think what you said earlier sums it up perfectly. The Premier League is not expressly strong at the moment. So once you have decent attackers, and I think genuinely when you look across all the teams, you could at least single out one or two danger men from all the teams. And once you have that ability to at least score a goal or two, big teams always be in trouble. So that's why I think, because they had, I think it was 6 points at a time on the next person, like they were getting too carried away. No. This league is such that anybody can beat anybody.
The problem that Arsenal fans have, and to a fair degree some of the pundits, is that because Liverpool have started so poorly this year, they're getting carried away. Because I started the season, people thought it would be Liverpool and Arsenal fighting for it. No. The caveat is that, like you said, they got 6 teams on 18 points. Because I think, okay, Liverpool lost for 5 last 6 league games and still only 8 points behind
because
Arsenal.
y'all won 5 of 5. Yeah. So that helps.
But not only that, and if you look at Liverpool's run of fixtures, they were against difficult opponents. I think Liverpool next 5 after now should bring a bit easier.
Yeah, decent, yeah.
Slightly. We'll see if that changes fortunes. But I remember I said start season, if you look at my predictions, I said I had Arsenal turn on City second because I expected City to respond. Plus, what people have started talking about late, and I was looking at from before, was the fact that City actually started to rebuild in January. And a lot of those players are now settling and assimilated.
Because Nico Gonzalez was signed in January. He wasn't signed in summer.
The only boy, it was only Cherky and Reinders. Like, and even the defenders that they bought were January signings as well, Kusanov and somebody else. And then some of the young players that have broken through would have broken through
earlier,
into the last season, already and stuff like that. Correct.
And Gonzalez is
I think the plus point for City is that way they expect from City. Not really the way they expect. It's not really about City thing. It's more of a player personnel thing. I didn't expect Doku to play so well. Where this come from? But you know what? Kudos to him.
Honestly, though.
But so I think the problem is that people Arsenal expect Liverpool and wants Liverpool, because you wouldn't expect the 8-point gap to get back up. We will see, but you want to expect to get back up. Arsenal will tell us we should be doing enough that we remain in front. But what the sleep on is that City kind of emerging slowly and gradually and getting better.
And the thing is, not to interrupt you, I was kind of critical of City signing Donnarumma because I felt it was kind of a slap in the face for Trafford. Because, Trafford I think was going to Newcastle.
He was going to Newcastle.
Right. So then,
City
as number one.
Yeah.
But honestly, City looked different with Donnarumma in goal. It's almost as if there's a bit more calmness. There's less.
Donnarumma is a goalkeeper.
Sorry.
Trafford. No,
so what Trafford is?
No, I know, this is not disrespect to Trafford because because Edison's beauty. To me, Edison's beauty wasn't necessarily that Edison would save shots. He would save the all one, but I saw Edison letting a lot of goals that I felt he could have done better with. If you ask me who's the better shot stopper, I would always say Alisson. I think that's
I agree.
true. Edison's beauty was that Edison could hit a ball, and that was important to how Pep wanted to play, build up ways. When Donnarumma came, people were worried about Donnarumma with his feet.
Right.
And I said, don't be worried about that because to be honest, playing with your feet, you just got good sound decision making. When they give it, I may not give it.
Exactly.
And Donnarumma's a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And he's the other person that he ain't gonna make mistakes like that often to
and
be.
that's what Trafford was doing. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's almost like Trafford was trying to replicate what Edison did.
Yes.
Donnarumma play his game.
Agreed.
I don't even if I go kick up a touch or no problem.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been that much of an issue bringing Donnarumma.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know if it was slapping the face of Trafford because you know what?
It was.
It ain't gonna sentiment in football.
True.
And if a man like Donnarumma on the market,
business
and
is
you
business.
Good for you.
Business is business. It's true. But like you said, I think one of my concerns was over-reliance on Haaland. But no, like you said, Doku is having a quietly good season. Well, not quietly good season.
Back to something like himself as well.
Yeah. Shirky's been quiet, but I expect that when he settles in, he can be trouble. So I think for sure.
And Marmoush.
Yeah. So I think City are probably the most likely to challenge Arsenal. I don't put Chelsea up there. I think we are way too inconsistent. I am minding that I know the conversation may change, not for me, because again, I've seen enough of my team to know we are not consistent enough over 38 games to challenge for a title. But I know people will start talking in 2 weeks, depending on what happens at the bridge.
Well, but I can tell you why you want to have a bridge.
Well, I know why you want to happen too.
But you know why you want to. But the thing is,
I'm not going to put us in a title race, even if.
Fair enough, I wouldn't either. I know somebody I will. I will call me at the first. I will welcome that call.
You're going to know your team, though. You're going to know your team.
But what I would say, though, right, is the only thing that will stop City, in my humble estimation, is like, I think keeping Ruben Diaz fit is important. Keeping some of the defensive stalwarts fit, like Stones, Diaz, for instance, is going to be important.
Having Nico Gonzalez playing so well, especially when Rodri having these niggles, is important as well, too.
Yes.
Because he looks like a
obviously keeping Haaland fit is important too.
Of course,
so
of course.
Yeah, I think fitness would be the only thing I will really stop City from, because I kept on saying it, right? I remember I said it last month at an engagement I was at. when we were talking about the league, I said to people, City's the one. I can't nobody tell me right. It's best to be out front and go on a nice little cushion because City's the one team that you don't want over your shoulder come March or April.
Yeah.
Because even if Arsenal lead and it's less than 5 points, maybe 3 or 4.
PTSD can be high.
City is the one team that you don't want over your shoulder.
Yep, I agree.
There's the one team you don't want in front of you, and there's one team you don't want over your shoulder. And I think if it gets to that stage, you will see if Arsenal can handle the pressure. I mean, they had about last 3 or so years of practice in terms of they've been in similar positions recently. So you would like to think that they are battle ready for it. But I keep on saying about Arsenal again. Remember, I started this season. Started this whole season or what's not. We had a conversation, and you said that Arsenal have a very good squad. I didn't dispute the strength of Arsenal's squad. What I disputed was where Arsenal's match winners. And I said the Arsenal got one genuine world-class match winner. That's Saka. If Saka don't cut, if Saka get injured, if Saka pull the hamstring again,
Yeah.
Because if you think, okay, I watch enough Arsenal games this season. Arsenal rely heavy on set piece to get a breakthrough and then open up the game. And eventually Arsenal gonna butt a team. Occasionally they're gonna butt a team that gonna be able to defend the set pieces and stuff like that. I keep them out there. Occasionally they're gonna butt a team that they could go to. And occasionally Saka might not have that much of an influence, or Saka might not be available. Because as is a helping hand to me. I think Odegaard is also. Odegaard's not. I like Odegaard, but he has not formed his best football in the last 12 to 18 months since injuries he has been sustaining. Bala, call it that. But I wouldn't necessarily question Odegaard's quality. But people like Trossard's a helping hand. I like Trossard too. But people like Martinelli, for example, Gyökeres, I ain't too sure about them. I'm not sure them as genuine match winners. That can win you. Correct, Madueke as well. That can win you a game in a tight situation.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
The rest in midfield. I don't know, but when you look at this, I just ain't convinced yet. Because when you look at your Arsenal team, you got Marino playing for Arsenal, and you still come in with you plays with that.
Yeah.
I won with the league. You plan to win League 1 now? All right, man.
Apparently.
But you see, right, the problem is when you got teams like Liverpool and City in the league, no man Liverpool ain't playing well.
Y'all will get there, though. I haven't ruled y'all out.
I haven't yet either, but I keep them out shut because of Paris.
Fair.
But when you got teams like Liverpool and City in the league, even Chelsea to a certain degree. No, I should say. But I think Marissa plays a more attractive brand of football than previously. You all gradually getting more goals in your team as well. You got to score goals. You got to score goals.
You have to, yeah.
You got to.
Yeah.
Defense is important, yes, and it's important keeping your sheet because obviously keeping your sheet means you don't drop points or whatever the case may be. But you got to score goals. And generally, if you look at league tables, the team that wins the league is the team that normally scores the most goals over the course of the season.
And I think for me, Arsenal have struggled to put games to bed. Like,
yes.
The 1-0s, I remember, 10 years ago, they always used to talk about how winning 1-0 is always the mark of a champion side. But I think in this league, no, back to that point you made, where you got players that could pop up from anywhere, from any team and score, you got to be able to score at least 2-3 goals a game. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. So it's interesting. It's definitely shaping up interesting. Leaderboard, we got 4 match days to predict because we're going into festive season and we won't be back for another 3 weeks. So we got 4 match days. The leaderboard is now tied at 20 points apiece.
Ooh, look at that. looky here. Marissa, I can't make a comment.
You just get 1 more point than me last week. It has always been tight.
No. Remember, she had I'm more sure she had at least 3 or 4 point lead at one point.
Okay.
And I dragged Chip away at it. Look.
Okay, great. Congratulations. Pat on back.
I don't know if you want to do that for you. But looky here.
There was a week, though. There was a week that none of us got points.
There was?
That was the week where Chelsea lost to Sunderland. Man United beat Brighton. I think you lost that week too. It was a rough week all around. Anyways, I am looking forward to these next sets of fixtures because, man, they got some spicy ones in here. And to caveat, I think the next 2 weeks after the international break are big for Arsenal. They're 2 big London derbies. Huge.
They're going to beat Tottenham.
I could see that game drawing.
We'll see. But I feel like they might beat Tottenham. I feel like they will beat Tottenham. I think the game against Chelsea will be a more difficult a bit harder to call. I shouldn't say difficult contest, because I think Tottenham game will be difficult as well.
Yeah.
I just think that you guys might be a more unpredictable game.
Well, which Chelsea turns up, we'll see. Anyways,
Yes.
bright and early, the least favorite game that I have. First game after the international break and early kickoff. Chelsea away to Burnley.
So you calling both your results and anything? Sure. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, because I prepared. So
Oh, you prepared? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Somebody did the homework for once. Sorry,
yeah, for once.
So you going first?
No, let you go first. I need to think about this. After international break, it's been so rough here.
I'm gonna go to 1 Chelsea.
Burnley haven't been bad, you know.
Yeah.
Let me caveat that. I'm going 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay.
3-1 me, 2-1 you. What? Okay, Andrew has a very interesting fixture as well. Liverpool at home to Forest. Who got their first point recently?
Need to.
The dice.
Yeah. They did that actually.
Liverpool need to win this.
Liverpool need to start winning games.
Yeah, they do.
They definitely need to start winning games. They can't afford to drop any more points. I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Liverpool win at home. Alisson should be back in goal, hopefully. I'm gonna go 2-0 Liverpool against Forest, and it's a must-win game.
Must win.
And hopefully the Anfield crowd will be able to spur the team on to victory.
I'm gonna go with a 3-1 win. I agree with you. I hope Slot has used the international. I mean, not I hope, but anybody but Arsenal. If I can't do it, I cheer for anybody else that can.
Okay.
But Isak needs to start hitting ground running. Ekitike needs to find back his form. Mm-hmm. Y'all need to start putting points on the board again.
Yeah.
So I go with 3-1. This is going to be an interesting fixture, Newcastle versus City. Interesting because Newcastle have struggled, very inconsistent, very up and down. City seems to be hitting their stride. I am going to go with a 2-1 City win.
Yeah, Newcastle haven't had the results so far this season.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Newcastle always raises their game against certain opponents.
True.
I expect this game to be difficult for City as well, but I fancy City also, so I'll go 2-1 City as well.
Okay. Let me do Man United Everton first.
Okay.
I've been impressed with Everton when I've watched them.
This is at Old Trafford or
Old Trafford.
Okay.
I've been impressed with Everton whenever I watch them. Man United, I agreed with your assessment. I think attacking wise they've definitely improved, and Mbeumo has been excellent. Cunha still hasn't hit his strides yet, but Mbeumo has been excellent. But I expect this to be a tight game, and I think I'm gonna go with 1-1.
Okay. As you were talking, I was thinking about the game. I expect it to be a tight game as well. Mm-hmm. And I'm also going for a draw, but I think it will have more goals in it, so I'll go 2-2.
Okay, fair. Now, the big game of the weekend, Spurs away at Arsenal. Huge game for both teams. And I went first last time. I know what my prediction will be, but you go first this time.
I'm going to go to... Wait, no, actually. I go 3-1 Arsenal.
Wow.
Because
3 whole
Arsenal
goals.
at home.
3 whole goals.
Because Arsenal at home. I think that's the only reason. I think I know... Excuse me. You think about Arsenal, Tottenham, and it being the Emirates, is that I think Tottenham is the one opponent that the Emirates will be bouncing for.
Yeah.
And I think, because, I don't normally predict Arsenal games that have a lot of goals in it either, unless they play the bottom side.
That's why you surprised me just now.
But I think that, I don't think the game will be flat 3-1, so I think that Arsenal will probably get the first goal, or 2. I think Arsenal will start fast, get 2 goals early. I think Spurs will get back in the game 2-1, and I think Arsenal will score late at the end to seal the 3 points. I think that would be the kind of like the pattern of the game.
Okay. I'm going to go 1-1.
Listen, I would gladly forfeit my points for that match if you get the result right. But go ahead.
The reason I'm going
Tell us
1-1
why.
is... Okay. So, Spurs were great against Man City, poor against Chelsea, average against Man United. So, against the base sides, they've been up and down. But this is a North London derby. They don't want Arsenal to win the league. Frank, especially away from home, Spurs have been good away from home. They've been poor at home, but they've been very good away from home. Defensively solid away from home. I think that they are going to nick a point. I think Frank will set them up not to lose, and I think that may frustrate Arsenal. I think they have two centre-backs in Van der Ven and Romero that can handle set pieces. Hopefully the other players around them defensively can do it as well. I think it's a major.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah, we will. All right, match day 13. Another big game here on the horizon, but it kicks off with City at home to Leeds. You went first just now. I'm going to go with a very easy 3-0 win for City.
I'm going to go 3-0 as well.
Spurs at home to Fulham.
Oh, sorry. Right. I'm going to go 1-1.
That's exactly what I just typed. I can so see Spurs join this game. Definitely. Home form poor, and then Fulham have been okay, but another London derby. Yeah, I think it's a major draw. Palace at home to United. This is going to be a good game. I am going to 1 Palace.
Yeah.
Watch this be a 2-2.
Oh, right. Watch it. 2-1 Palace. Oh, this is a difficult game to call.
It is.
But I'm going to go 2-1 Palace as well. I think Glasner gonna come up with a tactical plan that offsets United.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
All right, so far we've gone for the same prediction in all 3 games. Okay. West Ham at home to Liverpool.
You go first for me. My turn.
Yeah.
Well, interesting enough, most of Liverpool's away defeats have come in London, if not all. Brentford, Chelsea, Palace.
That's interesting.
Except the Manchester City game. Yeah, it's clearly something going on in London. So I hope I'm able to break the hoodoo this time, and I'm going to go for 2-1 win away at West Ham.
That's exactly what I have as well. So same predictions. This should be interesting. Chelsea at home to Arsenal.
I know what you said. This should be interesting. We should know it can be interesting.
Interesting because we've literally predicted the same results for these 4 games. So I just want to see what we do.
Right. Go first.
Huge game.
I know what you're predicting.
Let me just build it up. Big game. Big game. Big game from the perspective of if the gap is still 4 points. Is it? No, 6 points. Be 6 points behind Arsenal. 6 points.
Yeah, 6 points. Yeah.
If the gap is still 6 points and we get within 3, I know the chatter will start. It won't start from me, but I know the chatter will start. So I know the 8 game be a buzz. Chelsea, I remember when we were under Pochettino, we had a wretched record against our fellow Big Sixers. That has improved of late. Still can't get that Old Trafford win against United. Still can't beat City. But it's improved. Last year's Chelsea-Arsenal at the Bridge was a decent game, 1-1. But I like what I see from my team in the big games this season. Set for the Old Trafford game that will not be talked about. We did well against Liverpool. Did well against Spurs. That's all been? Damn. I think that we are going to win this 2-1.
This like you so much. And right, so I think that I agree with you. That was my prediction. I actually tipping you to win this 2-1 as well.
We've never done this before, by the way. I don't think we've
and
ever done.
And it's not planned either.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever done an entire match day where we literally went for the same results.
So, but yeah, I am tipping. I actually think that you guys will nick this 2-1.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think set piece wise, we have done our set piece defending has improved, and I think we are second behind Arsenal for goal scorers via set pieces. I think in open play we are creating chances. The problem is finishing them. Arsenal are a very hard team to create chances against, though, so I will give them that. But I think we can win this game. I really do. The only caveat is this game is after Barcelona in Champions League. So that is the only thing that may give me pause, because I know that's going to be a difficult game too, but I'll back the boys.
Okay.
So match day 14 kicks off with Fulham at home to City. Right. I went first, so you can go while I write down what I think this result will be.
Fulham at home to City? When did this match this?
I can't remember.
Oh, midweek? This midweek fixture?
Yes,
Oh,
midweek,
okay,
yeah.
right. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, right. I forget it's December.
Yeah.
Right, Fulham at home to City. I'll go 2-1 City.
Okay, I write 3-1. 2-1 and drew. All right, Newcastle at home to Spurs. Always a good game. Two very inconsistent teams. I'm going to go with what I think is a banker of a result, which is 2-2.
Okay. Yeah, difficult game to call, actually. Very difficult game to call. I'm going to go 1-1.
Okay. This game is interesting. I actually, when I wrote this, I didn't really contemplate this game. But Arsenal at home to Brentford. Interesting game, because if my predictions come through, Arsenal would have had 1 point out of 6. I don't think that happened though.
Right.
If it does happen, this game becomes huge. And as we can see, Brentford is a handful.
Yes. But the good thing for it is that is Arsenal, not Brentford.
True. So I am going to go with a very tight 2-1 Arsenal win.
Okay. I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay, I think that's a better call. 2-0 and drew. Okay, Leeds at home to Chelsea. I hate this fixture. I hate going to Ellen Road, you know. Just something about that ground is just hurt my soul. I think this can be a tough fixture for Chelsea. But I am still back to win 2-1, sorry. Even though it wasn't my turn to go.
Okay. So you picking
yeah, I go in 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1. 2-1? I have not seen Leeds for the season. I don't think I've watched a Leeds game.
I only watched one, that was the Spurs. And some
So
other game that they lose.
I'm really sure about Leeds or what I expect from them.
Oh yeah, I saw the Everton game.
So for that reason, I will go Chelsea 2-1 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of interesting fixtures, you can handle this one first.
Yeah. Liverpool at home to Sunderland. Well, yeah, Anfield. So I know I back Liverpool to win at Anfield against most teams, and I'm gonna do the same here. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool.
I'm actually gonna go 2-2.
Oh, you dastardly devil. Fair enough.
Actually, I want Sunderland to beat everybody so away from home, so we ain't the only losers.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think Sunderland get some here. Well, caveat is these fixtures are always hard to predict because they're like weeks in advance.
Right.
So form, everything comes
Yeah,
into
I was going to
it,
say, I think if Liverpool, the two games that Liverpool have before the Sunderland game, which is West Ham and Forest, I think Liverpool get 6 points from those games.
I think the
will fancy
momentum.
Liverpool, yeah.
That's fair.
win at home.
That's fair. My United at home to West Ham. I'm gonna go with 2-0. No, United could keep clean sheets.
So wicked.
Yeah, I'll go with 2-0 United.
Okay. I'm going to go 2-1.
Okay.
I think West Ham will get a goal.
Yeah, I feel so too. I don't know why I predict 2-0.
But the fact rate, you almost stop yourself and then still carry on, right?
Shameful behavior.
Ooh.
All right. So, some tasty fixtures here as well. Ooh. Wow. All right, City at home to Sunderland. You go first.
City 2-0.
Same. Villa at home to Arsenal. Unai. Wait, I got for me, Unai. I got for me. This was a good fixture last season, you know. Again, I don't want to go what I want will happen. I need to put points on this leaderboard, you know. I'm actually going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I wanted to go 2-2, but I think 2-1 is a more likely result.
I'm actually going to go 2-1 Villa.
Whoa! That's a shock.
Is United?
Yeah, but still.
I need that Villa part.
But Villa have also been inconsistent.
Hey, kid. You know it is Villa with the C. Arsenal coming across the horizon.
Good evening.
Martinez.
Oh my gosh, yeah, boy.
And I actually think Villa have the players that could hurt Arsenal. Morgan Rogers, Ollie Watkins.
True.
Harvey Elliott. Do the same for my buddy.
I hear one of might recall it, that's true.
I haven't heard.
Okay.
But I don't think it would be the worst decision ever, because I don't think we should loan you in the first place.
But isn't that a loan with obligation? You could recall what loan with obligation?
I'm not sure. But Villa no, it's not an obligation. Villa have an option.
Oh, okay.
I
thought it was an
to buy for
obligation.
35 million.
I thought it was an obligation.
I would think it's obligation.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but...
Okay. Spurs versus Brentford. This is an interesting fixture. And I think it's your turn.
I'm going to go Spurs 2-1. Both times I pick Spurs to win again. So I'll go Spurs 2-1.
Have I predicted Spurs to win the game?
You never do.
Oh my gosh.
Very rarely.
That's so sad. And I went for a 2-1.
If it was up to you, right, Spurs would be relegated. Based on your predictions.
Don't say that.
But it's the truth. It is the truth and the whole truth.
And the sad thing is I went for a 2-1 Brentford win.
Oh, so you're not surprised.
I'm not sure they have predicted Spurs to win games in the past.
In the past, but very rarely. I said if it was up to you. If Marissa's predictions came true, Spurs would never qualify for Europe or to be relegated.
I got to look back at the previous things because, gosh, that's so sad. 4 match days and I put in my win list. All right, Bournemouth at home to Chelsea. I think that this is going to be a tough game for Chelsea, and I would not be surprised if we lose. But I can't predict that we lose, so I'm going to go begrudgingly with what I hope and not what I actually think 2-1 Chelsea. Don't be wicked over there.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-2, 2-2 draw.
I can see it. I can genuinely see it. All right. Liverpool away at Leeds. You go. I think it's you.
I think it's me. I'm gonna go 3-0.
I will go 3-1. And then we close out this set of fixtures with United away at Wolves. And I am going to go with a 3-1 United win.
Okay, I'm going to go for 3-2 United win.
Where was it scoring 2 goals from?
I don't know. but new manager.
Oh, yes. Forgot about that.
I think United will win, but new manager. I just think the game will be open.
Yeah.
So that's why I went 3-2.
I'm just so surprised. I mean, Wolves don't have bad players. I'm just surprised that they're already struggling. Anyways, that was a good show. Even though the agenda was a struggle to come up with, and we winged it a bit, but it was a good show as usual. Thank you for joining us again. You can follow us on our socials, Simone91,
Drew9106.
And follow Spirit Life Studios, Whole Health Pharmacy, the Dugout Podcast.
_ BB. I don't know.
I know it's not the Dugout _ BB. I don't know.
Well, clearly. But the thing is, right?
Wow.
Is that it's your fault because of you, I have been rusty and I have seemingly forgot the handle. Give me one quick second, man.
I apologize that
you both here embarrassing me every time.
I apologize. My body has failed me and I was not able to record.
Every time we have a show.
I think it's the Dugout _ our last podcast.
You come over here. I met people. Right, it's the Dugout _ podcast. You come over here and met people. Shame.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Mr. The Dugout _ podcast.
Because, no,
BB, I don't know.
But the thing is, right? You said it, and then you look at me late for confirmation. And you can say, leave me okay. Right? That's what you should do. Because you know that I get it wrong.
That's not why I did it. You always get it right. That's why I look at you. But anyways, thank you for joining us. Thank you for putting up with our chaotic selves because we just don't know any better. And see you again next time.
Yes, please.